Hi, I'm Stephanie and this is my home, the 16th century Chateau de Lalande. Lalande was owned for hundreds of years by a family of marquises who were at the heart of French royal life. One of them even had the honour of being sent by King Louis XV to greet Marie Antoinette on her arrival in France. But, far from being a stuffy museum, this chateau is a living home. I live here all the time and am regularly joined by my mother, my family, my friends, and wonderful volunteers from all over the world who help me to lovingly restore this historic home. Welcome to Lalande, a chateau filled with life, love, and laughter. My dressing room has a piano in it, so it's being used as one of the practice rooms. So I have the joy of waking up to this every morning of the workshop. I'm speechless at the beauty that I'm listening to from my bed. Big day for you today, Mummy.
I put a white top for the occasion.
You've dressed in a sort of peasant chic outfit.
That's what I thought.
Yes, I like it. Could we have a little turn, please?
A little what?
A little turn.
A little turn.
And would you like to tell everybody why you're dressed in peasant chic and very excited today?
I have the new machine coming today.
The day of the lawnmower.
The day of the lawnmower, indeed. And
After-
I have to learn and...
Yes, it's completely different, this
yes,
one.
it hasn't got a wheel.
You've never had a mower like this before? Okay, huge excitement in the house. We've been waiting for this moment for several years. I definitely want to record it. Already the house is full of music. And all of Team Lalande are working like crazy. How's it going, Selma?
I'm baking 2 apple pies.
I am extremely happy to hear that. It's smelling so good. All that cinnamon. And Marie. Hi. Do you know how happy I am to see the two of you in the kitchen like this? It's a beautiful sight. Oh my goodness.
We haven't tasted the food yet, so...
Well, I've already tasted his apple pie, so I know one.
I hope it's...
It's going to be great. Oh, come on. It's going to be great. I know it. And I've tasted your food in the past. I don't know what you're cooking today, but I know that everything you make I like, except for chickpeas.
Oh, that's good. I forgot about that. And Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, though, even then, I'm okay. As long as a little bit of bacon is added, I can cope with a Brussels sprout.
Not bacon. You don't like lentils either, don't you?
I don't mind them. Nicholas is training me to eat lentils, pulses. You know I eat everything.
What if they're combined?
I complain about chickpeas unless they're in hummus form, but yeah, no, I know it's ridiculous, but he does. He forces me to eat a little bit of everything I don't like because he says that we should all eat everything and not be fussy. So whenever there's something that arrives that I don't like, he puts a little bit on my plate and says I have to finish it. He's very strict. What are you making? Stuffed courgettes?
Yeah.
Are these from the garden?
From Bernard's garden.
Wonderful. Yes, because ours are still quite small, I think, in the garden.
Yeah, they are. We've got a few cucumbers and small squashes, but these are enormous. So I'll make some for us and make some for our workshop guests.
Fantastic.
Yeah, will be good.
I can paint, so this has to be the same, eh?
Absolutely.
Painting with butter.
Sounds good to me. So do we get to have cake as well tonight, or is it just for the guests?
I'm making 2.
Then there should be enough, yes. I would have been so sad not to have any.
Oh yeah, me too.
It's too good.
I really like it.
Good luck, Salma.
Yeah, this is a tricky one, yeah?
It's arrived. This is the day we've been waiting for. I'm running down as fast as I can. I think I can hear it though. It's a bit frightening, isn't it?
That's a mean machine.
What a day to be alive. No wheel.
Ah, la chaîne thank
y a
you.
une ceinture de sécurité comme sur la voiture.
Oh my goodness, Mummy, you have a seat belt on your mower. Do you have a rollover bar? I can't believe
C'est
this.
pour le plateau de coupe.
You can't reach it.
Enlevez la ceinture.
You can't reach the pedal.
Ou alors.
Oh dear.
Ah, il est déjà au maximum.
Oh no!
How are you going to do
C'est
it?
juste pour la hauteur.
Ah bon,
C'est juste
bon,
pour la
ça,
hauteur.
je le fais une fois, ça,
Donc
et
vous
voilà.
appuyez ici.
Okay, we're lucky. That's not the accelerator.
Là, il est en mode transport. Donc transport. Vous appuyez.
Oh! Oh!
You have to stand up first.
Ok.
Oui, oui, c'est dur, hein.
Ah bah ça va faire travailler les jambes. Hein.
Maybe stand up, Mummy. Stand up to do it. Stand up to do it. Give it a bit of welly that way.
Oui, c'est possible.
Well,
Yes, your new word.
didn't know it, eh? The willy or the belly. Somebody told me, and I was like, no! Now I know.
I'll say one thing, Ian. You're in a very dangerous spot. Would not.
To be honest, when these things happen, sometimes we just go round like that. I could be in the safest spot.
I hope you're ready to leap out of the way. We're all a bit worried. Oh! I can't keep up with her! She's going at such speed!
Ça n'a rien coupé.
Ah là, ça n'a rien coupé.
No.
Pour que ça coupe, vous avez besoin de soulever ça.
Ah,
Pour
d'accord.
couper.
I mean, it was great other than the fact that you didn't cut anything. But other than that, I thought it went really well.
It's going to take me a while to
it goes
understand.
fast. Yes, when you get it, you'll be able to cut the whole chateau ground in 5 minutes.
Bon, je vais essayer de nouveau à couper. Attention, ma fille, parce que c'est dangereux, hein.
Right, I'm out the way. I'm beginning to wonder if this was a good idea. Oh, this is it. She's off now. Oh, now it's cutting. Oh, oh no, there's a moat there. We have our first crash. Whoa!
Et bien maintenant, il ne reste qu'à
You're
payer, ma
speaking
chérie.
in French.
Pardon?
Oh, I see, because you're telling me to pay.
I'm not going to pay. C'est pas moi qui paye, c'est elle.
Do you like it? Do you want another colour?
I'm very happy with the color. Now, if I get stuck, you can see where I am stuck.
Merci beaucoup. Well, he was lovely. You had very, very good help there.
Yes. All I need is practice now. I have the theory sussed out.
Well, we have the grass, you have the machine, and practice makes perfect.
Yes. Thank you, all of you. Look what you have contributed to. It's wonderful.
Yes, thank you to the patrons, because it's because of you
Yes.
that Mummy is now on this incredibly terrifying looking machine that I'm actually quite worried about.
Yes, indeed.
My favourite bit's the rollover bar and this seatbelt. You put that seatbelt on.
Oh, I will.
You look majestic. Truly majestic.
Some choose to have a throne, and look what I choose.
Finally, you see, I did buy myself that convertible.
It's wonderful.
I was on a little day trip with Nick and Marie, and we've just discovered this little village, not too far from Lalande, about half an hour away. It's called Culinary, and you might notice that the church is a very unusual design, and I want to tell you why that is. Basically, it was remodeled during the 100 Years' War, and that was a huge dynastic struggle between two great houses, the Plantagenets in England and the Valois in France. It basically ended with the French winning and retaining France.
Yay.
And Marie, bad Marie. But it lasted for 100 years, and there was a lot of fighting in this region. It's probably why Lalande is a fortified castle as well. And here you can see that in villages, even the churches were fortified during that conflict. The exterior of the church was completely remodeled in the late 1400s. Many defences were added, including 2 towers. There would originally have been a walkway as well, which has been lost, and also lots of holes for shooting arrows. This church in the tiny village of Culinary is a perfect example of what you discover when you just scratch beneath the surface in this area of France. It's been inhabited for so long, and it's just filled with an incredibly rich history. So at first glance, it appears to be a 15th century fortified church, but in fact the church has been here from the 11th century. But when they started to do restoration work on it, they discovered that it dates a long time before that. Back in 2003, they realised that just one side of this stone was showing, and all of the writing was underneath, and it was just one of the stones supporting the entire weight of the wall of the church. But they could just see underneath it that there were a couple of lines of text, and it took several years for them to work out how to remove this base stone without the church collapsing. In 2009, they managed to do that, and they found that it's a full epitaph, which would have been over the door. This was the inscription at the entrance to the mausoleum of the Picatus family, and you can see Picatus written here, and it was for his wife and his daughter and his father, and they were Roman citizens living in this area of France, and this dates from the 2nd century AD. That's at least how long this region has been inhabited. But the history didn't stop in Roman times. I'm actually rather creepily standing on a Merovingian necropolis. Here are sarcophagi dating from the 7th century AD. And here you can see there's still lots of bones. Then, at the end of the 11th century, a Romanesque church was built here, dedicated to the Nativity of the Virgin. But it was added to in the 15th century, which is why, looking around the church, you can see a mixture of Roman arches and Gothic arches. Roman arches are completely rounded, and it was only later that architectural styles developed to create the pointed arch, the Gothic arch. It was in the 15th century, towards the end of the 100 Years' War, that 2 bays with ribbed vaulting were added to the original nave, and the church was transformed. Here the 15th century Gothic arches can clearly be seen, whereas the altar is still surrounded by Roman arches. The 100 Years' War represented the end of the age of chivalry, and very faintly you can see there was originally engraved a sword. It's very, very faint now. Some knight must have lain below this cover in his tomb. In 1973, it was discovered that there were original 15th century frescoes still in the church, and they managed to uncover them. The most extraordinary is this fall of Adam and Eve. I particularly like the detail given to Adam's toes. And this looks like quite a flouncy fig leaf that Eve is sporting. A lot of writing is missing on this side of the fresco, but here I can pick out the words communion and remission of sins. I believe it's probably about communion being a way to be forgiven of one's sins. It's just above Adam and Eve. And the serpent. And opposite Adam and Eve lurks death. And above me, around the keystones of the vaults, you can see both day and night. displayed. I love night. The man in the moon seems to have lots of different emotions. Some he's quite grumpy, and in others pretty cheerful. And day is truly spectacular. Just a beautiful sunburst. Nowadays, people are no longer buried under the church, but here in the cemetery. And this I wanted to show you because it's a typically French cemetery. In the whole area, there are these little glass houses and small mausoleums in the cemeteries. And people have been buried here for centuries. There are very old crosses and new graves. That was fantastic. I can't believe how gorgeous this place is.
It is super pretty. You have to see the panorama as well on the
Oh yes, you need to see this view. Our great photographer, the elusive Nick, is going to show you the view. Every little house is just darling.
It's so well renovated as well.
Oh, it's super pretty. And you can see why people have wanted to live here for the last 2,000 years. It's beautiful.
It's not just beautiful, as you can see your enemies coming from very far away.
Have you got many enemies, Maddie?
Yeah,
We're going to watch out for them.
Cows over there.
Yeah.
We need to watch them.
Oh, they've been bothering us. Now, Selma, that looks perfect.
I made two.
Good.
It's my third apple pie in all my life.
And I hope not the last.
No.
Because they're so good.
Now I can practice here. Huh?
You can practice any time.
Yeah. So,
Yes, yes, yes.
wow.
Oh, it looks so delicious.
Look the sides.
I know, it's perfect. Selma, once again,
Oh.
apple pie perfection. Oh, well, it's cutting. Wow. Maybe not in a straight line, but it is cutting. Ian and I have staged an intervention.
Safety first.
Absolutely, Mummy. It is terrifying me to see you go towards the dry moat at that speed when you don't know the machine yet. I know that you'll get used to it and you'll be great at speed, but until you know it, please, nowhere near the edges, because that way there's a drop into the old lake, that way there's a drop into the dry moat. It's terrifying watching you.
No, I'll be okay. I'll be very careful. I'll be careful.
Could you practice by just mowing the centre of the lawn?
Yes.
Yes, and don't go anywhere near the edges. I do not care about the dandelions.
Yes, darling. Careful, I'm going.
Yeah, we shouldn't be worried, should we? Because imagine we're the dry moat. Don't hit us. I just told her to do the middle of the lawn. She's going back exactly to where she was when I wasn't happy. Completely ignored me. Look at that. Completely ignored me. Right along the edge of the dry moat. I said only do the middle. And what's she doing? She's only doing the edges. I mean, unbelievable. Completely ignored me. There goes a box hedge. Which part of only mow the middle of the lawn did you not understand?
What's that? No,
Ian's
I wanted to
Bluetooth
do the
phone.
dangerous part in front of you, and that now you can leave me.
The conversation wasn't, I'll do the dangerous part whilst you're here. That wasn't our agreement. No, the agreement that I thought we'd agreed was that you were only going to practice in the middle of the lawn.
Ah. Okay, now you can leave me. Go, go, go. Thank you very much for your support.
What selection of music
She's
would you
telling
like?
us to go.
What selection of music would you like?
What music?
Yeah.
None.
No. Okay.
The music of my thoughts.
time. That's great what you're doing. Yeah.
It's seriously great. Seriously great. Mummy, look at that.
Okay.
It's completely mown. How's it going? You look like a ninja.
You saw?
Oh yes. Oh, Thomas, look, a deer.
It's the sound of the big mower.
Oh, I think it just liked the new lawn so much it wanted to jump over it. I want to show everybody their little Mohicans. They're all getting tiny Mohicans. It's the crests growing. If you ask me, they're going through a bit of an awkward phase. Why? With those little Mohicans growing. Oh, they're darling, aren't they? Adorable. And she's so relaxed with us now. Yes, you can be proud, can't you? Oh, yes. Can you actually see? I see. Have they all got a little crest growing? All of them, yes. Hello, Daddy. He's coming to check what we're doing near his
Keeps an
wood.
eye on them.
We are pretty wildly excited in the house because for one of the patron targets, we got some vintage Fortuny fabric from America. And I'm pretty excited because I think it's this. But I bought it from Helen, who is an interior designer in America, and she gave me very strict instructions. I am not allowed to use a knife or scissors to get into this package because the fabric is so tightly packed near the surface that we could damage really valuable fabric. And so we have to try and get it.
I can't open it.
No,
I have no strength in my
you
hands.
can't do it, Mummy, but I can because I'm blessed with dexterity and good eyesight and strength. Right. Oh, look at this! Look at that! We're getting somewhere now.
what I thought
now
I
we're
could
cooking
do.
with that.
I do that. I can do
No,
that.
you can't. You can't. It's too hard at that bit for you. I know what you can and can't do, Mummy. You can run the world, but you can't pull this off.
It has been very well packed.
Yes.
It's a very important fabric.
It's super important fabric because not only is it Fortuny fabric, which is very special, it's vintage Fortuny fabric, probably from around the 1930s, 1940s.
Wow.
So it's nearly 100 years old,
Gosh.
and it's come on an awfully big adventure to get to Lalande. Helen, you know how to wrap. Yes. Wow. Thank goodness we've had all this practice opening gifts. That's
Yes.
all I can say. We might never have got in otherwise. The next
Oh no.
We could have used scissors.
All right.
Well, we just keep going.
The next shift has arrived. And we'll get into it, and then you'll realise.
There's another box.
No, please don't tell
No,
me
there's
that.
fabric. I can see fabric. Oh my goodness, I can actually see fabric. I can touch the fabric. Oh, we are in.
Let's have
Oh my
a
gosh.
look.
So this is the back. You're looking at the back at the moment.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty wide on the other side.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very pale. This is
Oh, wow.
Wow.
that's
Oh.
it.
And I was saying wow to the back too.
You were saying wow to
Imagine
the
that.
back.
Imagine
Imagine.
that.
It is sumptuous.
Beautiful. Look at this.
Look at this.
Oh wow.
Oh, the little cupidos.
The colors are so delicate and
Yeah.
beautiful. Are you happy?
Yes, I love it. This is the old Fortuny mark.
So we are touching a fabric. How old?
Nearly 100 years.
Wow. Preserved. Because
It's never been used. It's really never been used.
What
Now
is
we have
this
our work
for?
cut out. This is going to be for my bedroom.
yes, I was thinking that
Yeah.
with the
The
paint that you
colours.
have.
But now I'm thinking of turning my bedroom around. I'm thinking of making this my office, sitting room, and putting my bedroom actually next door. It's going to just be a cocoon in there. It won't be where I have meetings with everyone. It won't be where I do my editing. So at the moment I do everything in my bedroom. I'm not sure that's good for sleep patterns.
No, it isn't.
This is
It's
beautiful.
lovely.
This is
I
absolutely
love
beautiful.
this part here. It looks like old, you know, like
Yes, it's done on purpose to make it look even older than it is, but it is already old now.
beautiful.
But I need to live with it for a while and look at
Inspired,
it and get it. Yes, that's it. It will tell me where it is going to go. It has to speak to me. Selma, this cake is a huge success. Yeah, right. Really good. And well done, Team Lalande. Fantastic day with the workshop. Whilst Mummy and I completely failed to do a proper live from Lalande. Unbelievable. Would you like to tell us what happened in the live in Lalande?
It was a disaster.
We did our best.
Yes, we did our best.
We had
but
massive technical difficulties.
we should have perhaps thought about the fact that we've got about 20 more people in the chateau.
Yes, all using the internet.
We just didn't think about it. So I apologize because my mind, which is full of knowledge about things like that, should have sussed it out.
For any of you who saw the live, you will know that it basically cut out completely at the end. Apparently after that, though we weren't able to see this exciting bit ourselves, everyone was treated to a view of Mummy's ceiling for 10 minutes. During that time, I was trying to turn the live off, but it wouldn't let me because the turn live off button had disappeared and I was just getting the spinning wheel of death. So I switched my entire phone off thinking, well, that'll turn the live off. Then I went to my computer and realised that in fact the live was still running over half an hour after that, and people were getting a black screen with the spinning wheel of doom, and people were saying, I can't believe this is the live that they've put up, it's just a black screen. And so then I had to turn it to private, which was the only way of getting the video down. So Mummy and I are pretty traumatised, I think it's fair to say.
Well, Stephanie was suggesting that she should take it off the air, but I said no.
I've taken it off the air.
You
It was
have?
the only way of shutting it down. It was still alive. I had to take it down.
We are celebrating our survival, but I'm terribly sorry, but the survival of the vlog is something else.
Are you filming your... have you turned
me?
You're filming Nettie? Who are you filming?
Why are you laughing at?
I'll film you, Mummy.
I am. For goodness sake!
Are you in the camera?
They're just filled. They're filled with triumph because Team Live Chat failed and Team Kitchen, massive success.
Yes, yes.
Kitchen, well done.
Absolutely.
A huge thank you to all of our patrons at Lalande who are making this vlog possible, especially our Dauphin and Dauphine of Lalande, Yadeland, Ether, Alice, Allen, Anna, Brandon and John Michael, Daniela, Dan Banda, Denise Behrens, Danelle Benakovich, Linda C. Bradley, Veronica Castillo, Donna Davis, Zoe Dork, Sakura Dennis, Laura Demare, Jackie Ellison, Nicholas W. Fairfax, Tracy Ferrari, Caroline Förster, Brenda Gibbons, Abigail Grant, Brenda Harris, Delane Holbrook, Kim Hasselhoff, Jacqueline Holmes, Helen Jacobs, Jimmy Kemp, David and Summer Lalande, Janet Huff Lombard, Shannon Maitland, Meredith, Nina Messick, Robert Miller, Kathy Norrie, JC Award, MP, Maureen Palmer, Tamara Price, Tonya Renee, Yvonne and Peter Richards, RJB, Candy Robertson, Bettina Rojak, Hanny Ross, Barbara Schmelzer, Sven Schreiber, Lisa Schultz, Jennifer Shanks, Nancy Simmons, Patty Suhu, Susan Stevens, Sarah Thornton, Colleen Troyer, Brandy Walton, Aaron Windish, Greg Wood, David Young and Lodovico Zordanazzo. And thank you to all of you